Hello, lovely listeners. Welcome to In Harmony with Vitality, where we empower your journey, embracing your vitality to unleash the potential within.
My name is Eva.
And I am Marta.
And together we are your hosts, certified integrative nutritional health coaches and moms on a mission. We are here to guide you through the maze of health and wellness, steering clear of fat diets and one-size-fits-all solutions.
We believe in a personalized approach, tuning into your bio-individual needs, embracing and honoring your uniqueness, and making decisions based on your inner wisdom.
Our podcast is not just about facts and figures. We are here to bring you light, interesting and entertaining conversations, all backed up by science. Expect a blend of knowledge and the laughter as we explore the world of wellness.
And speaking of exploration, we're not just your host, we're fellow explorers on this journey. Throughout the episode, we'll be sharing our own experience in health, wellness, parenting, and life.
Our hope is to inspire and motivate you to make positive changes in your life. Whether you are a seasoned wellness enthusiast or just starting your journey, we've got something for everyone.
So get ready for a dose of vitality, wisdom, and a touch of humor on In Harmony with Vitality. Join us we navigate the exciting adventure towards a healthier, happier, and more vibrant you.
Because life is a symphony, and together, let's find our harmony, empower your journey, embrace your vitality, and unleash the potential within.
Hello, lovely listeners. Welcome back to another episode in Harmony with Vitality. My name is Eva, and today we will discuss the last dimension of our multidimensional health, the social dimension, which focuses on relationships and social interactions. As always, I'm joined by the amazing Marta. Hello, Marta. Good morning. How are you this morning?
Hello, Eva. And our dear listeners, I am so ready to explore another layer of our well-being. Social health is all about the quality of our connections and the impact they have on our mental, emotional, and physical well-being. It's like the glue that holds our holistic health together. It is the aspect of well-being that relates to how we interact and form relationships with others. And it involves our ability to communicate clearly, respect boundaries, show kindness, and adapt to different social situations, right?
Absolutely, Marta. Social health is like the heartbeat of our overall well-being. It's about how we communicate, the quality of our relationships, and finding the delicate balance in our interconnected lives. And it's not just about being social butterflies and being out all the time. It's about the profound impact our connections have on our mental and emotional health. It's what we have been talking about in previous episodes as well, that taking care of one dimension of our well-being, it's impacting the others. And with social health, it's very clear that when you have healthy relationships, when you have healthy social life, your mental and emotional health improves a lot.
Yes, you're absolutely, you're so right. Yeah, Eva. So whether you are navigating social anxiety, conflicts, or feelings overwhelmed by the digital world, this episode is packed with practical strategies to weave stronger connections and enhance your social well-being.
Totally.
Right.
Yeah. So let's dive into it, right?
Yes, let's. Yes, because I think this dimension, we always put it aside,
Yes.
It's like the last one. And it is so important to get balance on this dimension. It's so important because it gives you so peace of mind, gives you so a balance on your mental and emotional health.
Yeah, and you can, when you have this dimension taken care of, it really helps to be able to navigate life in general and stressful situations so much better. And you mentioned that many times we we don't care for this dimension well. And it's true. It's a the thing is that it's not just about being social. I mean, it's not just about going out.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how, for example, how you communicate. Like communication on this dimension is key. And I see and find many times that with communication we are having real problems because we don't listen to the other person.
Mm-hmm.
We forget about listening, actively listening to what this other person is saying, where that person is coming from in what situation that person is at, and we just want to say our version, we just want to say our opinion, and that's where most problems start, that we don't understand each other because our communication is superficial.
Yes, you're right. You're totally right on that. And we need, like you said, to start working on that area, start
Mm.
listening and just don't say anything. Just try it.
Yes, and it's something that we were taught at the health coach training that we did with IIN, and it was actually very eye-opening for me because I realized that I have this kind of so-called problem that I try to give all the time my solutions, and I try to give what works for me. It's going to work for that person, and trying to push my opinion on the other person, and it's not healthy because we are not the same. Bio individuality comes in here as well, and I had to understand that what works for me might not work for that person. I love yoga, and that person might just wouldn't be able to do yoga because it's not for that, not for him or her.
Yeah.
Or what works for me food wise might not work for that person, and with social health is the same. What works for me might not work for that person.
Yeah, what we want to say here in this episode is to try to find your way, to equilibrate or to balance, it would be the word, to balance
Mm.
this area. This means that if you don't like, for example, there are people that they don't like to go out a lot or to do a lot of social things, but you can't to avoid to being lonely, to
Lonely and
share,
isolated, yes.
yeah,
Hmm.
to share with one friend, to share with your community, or to create
Totally.
a community.
Hmm.
It gives you a support. Gives you a lot of support and a lot of confidence. It is very good, very 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 good. This area and very important.
Exactly. Um, it's very important what you have just said, that we are not the same, and not everyone needs the same amount of social interactions. There are people who feel nourished and feel filled by spending more time on their own. They enjoy reading a book, they enjoy investigating, doing manualities or whatever, but don't get totally isolated. So still you need to be able to interact with your colleagues at work, or have that one really, really good friend with whom you can open up and you can be honest. Or if you find it difficult, then you might need to find some third person, so-called third person, with whom you can just discharge all these feelings and emotions, so it's not all the time in you. It's really
Mm-hmm.
important to share what's going on inside you, otherwise it's going to eat you up. So
Mm-hmm.
if you find it difficult to share it with someone who knows you and loves you, then you can look for a third person. It can be a coach, it can be a therapist, it can be anyone else who can help you channel all these emotions.
Yeah, and something really good that those people it finds difficult to find people is um, to share a purpose that you really like and to create a
Hmm.
community, create a
Yeah,
community with
super.
the same purpose where you can share all what you have learned or your experience and
Or what
everybody
you are
can.
excited about. Yes,
Yes,
totally.
yes. There are people that, it's needs, these kind of communities And the point
Totally.
is to share, to share, to talk, to, I don't know how would be the word, Eva, desahogar in English.
It's
Like,
just discharge. Yeah, it's just get rid of all that is bothering you, all that is going on in your head, in your mind, in your heart, and just being able to get out of it, of your system.
not retained, to not
Yeah, because
retain all these emotions because
it's going to make you sick.
exactly.
And that's where it comes in, that if you're not able to share all these things that are going on in you, then it's going to affect your mental and your emotional health.
Exactly. Just for example, you go to work, you have a very stressed day, and after that, you call a friend, you both go to coffee and talk about it, and you feel relief because you talk with your friend, you discharge all this, mental,
Yeah,
and
totally.
that's a good mental health,
Yeah,
good emotional health. You're
yeah,
working
and
on
that's
that.
yeah, exactly. That's the point of these social interactions, that you are then being able to channel all these emotions, the stress and everything, in a much better way. And it's just changes your perspective on life and how you look at things. You feel connected with someone, and it gives you a support in your life,
Hmm.
because we all need support. Unfortunately, we are being sold by media and movies and all that we need to be super persons, superman, superwoman, women who has to be able to do everything, and we have to be able to um, um, live life or on our own, to say in some way. But
Yeah,
it's not like that. Life is about community. Life is about being connected. And actually, during the training, we had a very good mm, lecture about this. I don't know if you would like to share a little bit about the blue zones.
yeah, I love it. And there is a book from this person that from many, many years he has a study about longevity,
Mm-hmm.
and he wrote a book related to the blue zones. There are a lot of countries around the world that there is a lot of people that are more than 100 years old. And
Yes.
he wants to know what is these people doing to live so many years. And
Mm.
one of the points that he shared a lot of things, but one of the points really good, it was the community, to have a community, to have a really good social
Network.
um yeah, network, yeah. So that's why we bring this dimension to you, because to have balance this dimension, it will give you peace, it will give you a lot of healthy life,
Yeah, exactly. Your longevity depends on your social connections. And these blue zones, when we first heard about the blue zones in our training, it was the very beginning of the first training that we did, and it totally opened my mind. It was
Yes.
like, wow, it makes so much sense. And blue zones, actually, then the guy called Dan Butner,
What?
and
Yeah.
we are going to put the links in the show notes. You can find a lot of videos, articles about blue zones. I really encourage you to investigate about them. And Marta mentioned before that there's a Netflix series about
Yes,
blue
here in
zones as well.
Spain there is a Netflix series, but I don't know if in
It's
other
on a global.
countries.
Yes,
Yes,
it
global.
is.
Okay,
It
then
is global. It's, I think, live 100 years or something like
a
that.
100 years. Yeah, 100
Yeah.
years.
So him then talks about the health factors that are helping you to live long, and he is looking at health in a multidimensional way. So that the blue zones are coming into these episodes, the past 5 episodes that we have just done, really well, because it talks about the importance of social interactions, the importance of what you eat, how you feed your soul, the physical exercise, all that we have been talking about, it's coming together in Blue Zones.
Yes, and when you watch one of the episodes that he focused on Okinawa,
Uh-huh.
you can see all people with such a flexibility that, oh my
Yes.
goodness, I cannot do that. It's
Yes,
amazing. It's
it
so
is.
important to work all the areas. It's so
Yes.
important to have a great life.
Yes, exactly. It's totally eye-opening, and it's super cool that they are bringing these blue zones now in because the places that they were investigating, they were naturally created blue zones. He made up this name, but these were areas in the world where naturally people would live 100 years, and then through the investigations, it was many years of investigation and looking for data. Now they started to create. So-called artificial blue zones where
Mm-hmm.
they are recreating this style of life and helping people to be able to live longer in a supernatural way.
Yeah, there is one, for example, in United States. I don't
Hmm.
remember the country or their state, but in a long time ago, it was a really longevity is the word.
Longevity, well, it's your word now.
Yeah. Because there is a lot of people, raising childrens, and probably they didn't have time to come back because they were at work. So they asked to the neighbor to
Mm,
watch out their kid, and they were always working on community.
it's
And it was
beautiful.
one of the things that it was the same of other countries, they have that
Yeah.
point.
Yes, totally. Well, to raise a child you need a village, but we don't and then nowadays we don't have this village. We are supposed to be raising our kids on our own, and it's just putting so much stress on us,
Yes,
and
we,
it's
we
not
need to
fair.
be like, yeah, we need to be create like a clone, it's called clone, un clone.
Un
I don't
clone.
un clone to raise a
What's it?
children. You need at this
You need
moment
to
of
have another
life.
mother. Yes,
Yes,
exactly.
exactly.
Yes, you need to be able to duplicate yourself or
Exactly.
triplicate sometimes.
Yes, so you're right. Yeah, you need a village to
Totally.
raise
Yes,
children.
and it also helps with isolation and feeling lonely, because those are two feelings that and two situations that can really impact your mental, emotional health, and then your physical health through that. When someone is not being able to go out from his house for whatever discapacity that person might have or whatever reason, and then gets totally isolated, or other people who are their kids moved away far away and they don't have anyone to connect with, and becoming isolated can really impact their general well-being, and it can happen not just to old people, it can happen to young
Yes,
persons as
there
well.
is each time teenagers are
Hmm.
getting more depressed
More
for the
isolated.
digital media,
Oh yes.
yeah, and getting more isolated, and
Hmm.
this is very dangerous, very very. So
Very.
that's
Yeah.
very good to create a community with teenagers, to share to share all the things, because what I think is teenagers have so much talent, so much, and they can share, but
Yes.
they don't feel like they fit in any place. Teenagers.
Yes.
It's a,
Especially when they are teenagers, they are not going to share in their families. They need their own communities, but it has to be a healthy one.
Mhm. Yeah.
And as you just mentioned, the digital health is pivotal, because many times what I see, I don't know if you see that, but many times what I see here is that people, these teenagers or young adults, they go out they go to a restaurant, they go to the square, and everyone is with their own phone, and they are not really communicating. So it's not just about being together, but how you are together.
Mm-hmm.
what you are doing while you are together.
Mm-hmm. Yes, so that's right. And also, one of the things that we have talked other times is about what kind of people you have around.
Totally. Yeah, the toxic persons we are, you sometimes you don't even realize that you have toxic person in your life. Very
And you
important.
need to work with that, you need to probably sometimes it's kind of difficult to take out this person of your life because it is part of your family. But one of the things that you could do is reduce hours
Hmm.
spending with these people because this kind of people, is absorbs a lot of energy, a lot of energy.
Totally, and they can affect your general well-being.
Yeah, affects a lot. Emotional, you know,
Hmm.
and the emotional health is so important, so important because affects you in the complete body.
Yeah, and it can affect your physical health as well, because it just leaves you with,
Everything.
just leaves you with like feeling totally exhausted. You can realize that you have a toxic relationship when you meet that person, and after that you don't feel like enlightened. You don't feel like I'm full of energy. It was so nourishing to be with this person, but you after you meet that person, you're like, oh my god, I'm just
Hmm.
feeling exhausted. This was, it was not filling me. It was not. This conversation just didn't make me feel good. Then
Yeah,
you
and
know that you
sometimes,
need to do something about it.
yeah, you feel, like mad, angry, when
Yes,
when you leave this person, is you are irritated.
yes. It happens when you have someone who keeps complaining about something,
Oh,
or just
yes.
keeps giving his or her opinion nonstop, and wouldn't even listen to what you are saying, and
Mm-hmm.
then you end up like, why am I here?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So from here, from Harmony with Vitality, what we want to share with you is to work on this area. It doesn't mean that you need to go out every single day. Is to find your way to communicate, to find the people to share all your emotions or your day. Um, it's good to have different people, to share, not put all the tension in one person. Sometimes we do, with your partner,
mm,
and this person that probably you can share a lot of things, he can or she cannot give you everything, and everything that you need.
totally.
And you need to work with other people, relationships, friends, um, communities, a lot of things, to work
Absolutely.
and
Yeah,
to
that's a
find
very
your
good point,
way.
Marta. Hmm. It's a really good point, because we I many times see, and I think at some point in my life, I also had this problem that, I put all my expectations for being nourished and being loved, and have all the aspects of my well-being satisfied. I put this expectation on one person, and it's unrealistic. you know
Exactly. It's
it
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, and in the beginning, when everyone, I'm quite sure that most people can relate to that. When you have that, the first weeks or months of a romantic relationship, when you really
Hmm.
fall in love, and you just want to be with that person, and you forget about the rest, and it's totally normal, but not
Yeah,
forever.
exactly.
You have to open back up. You have to get back to your relationship with your friends, with your family, with other people, because they are going to nourish you on different
Areas.
layers. Exactly, totally.
Hmm.
That's a very, very good point there. We have to realize that relationships are coming in various forms, not just one person who is going to fulfill all your needs. you
Yeah,
you
so
can't do that for someone, so you can't expect from someone else to do the same.
exactly. Yeah, yeah. You're totally right, Eva.
Yeah. And one of the things, I think it would be interesting and useful also to share, is that having a healthy social health can impact in a positive way your physical health as well. What I mean by that is that the people with whom you are sharing your time, the way they live, the choices they make are going to impact the choices and the way of life you are having. And you can see that in uh, mm, the most obvious example would be teenagers who are getting into friendships that are not exactly good, and they are making choices that are freaking out the parents, like, you know, going out partying all the time, smoking and drinking and all
Mm-hmm.
that. uh, um, and then it can happen in your adult life as well, when you are among people who are either toxic or taking lifestyle choices that are not healthy, then it's going to impact the way you are making your choices.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. On this point, you can see that each step you do or each decision affects to all your life.
Yeah, interweaved. It's the network, it's the everything is connected, that
Yeah.
we say many times as well, that one taking care of one dimension and one aspect of your life is going to impact the
Yeah.
others.
And other things that I would like to share is to try to be with people that want that is going to share you the best version of you.
Hmm.
I don't know if you understand, but to make it clearly is if you want to be more active in your exercise, to join with other people that are practicing a lot of
Physical
exercise.
exercises, very good point. Yes, exactly. It's like joining communities or groups that are uh, that have been formed around that particular um, interest. It can be a book. It can be like book clubs, book clubs. Well, it's gonna come out. Book clubs, or it can be that you are really interested in a particular topic, like history or music, or it can be physical exercise, or it can be a club that is coming together to cook healthy meals every once in a while and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Totally, very good
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, so I think we went through of from all the benefits, and we gave some tips, about the social media,
Yes,
right?
yeah. I would just add one more thing, and it's something that we keep emphasizing in every single episode, is the bio individuality. Just
Mm-hmm.
making sure that your needs um, may differ from your best friend, from your family, and also your needs can change during times. For example, I usually am a very social person. When I was young, teenager, young adult, I used to go out a lot, and then came the time in my life when I became a mom, and I just totally isolated myself in the beginning because I didn't have time, energy, interest in doing anything else. And then it just became a part of the way of life I was living. But becoming conscious about it, that, ooh, I am starting to get very isolated, and making small conscious steps to uh, mm, to improve is key. And then, just bear in mind that there are seasons in your lives and there are tastes in your life, to put it in
Exactly.
a way.
Yeah. Yeah. Accept how you are. Don't be afraid. And like you said, Eva, depend on the moment you are living. You may need something or something different, and it is fine. You don't need to keep doing the same thing all your life.
No, it's going to be boring anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that concludes today's episode in Harmony with Vitality,
Yes.
uh, about the social aspects of our multidimensional health. Just remember that achieving multidimensional health is an ongoing process that we have just mentioned. It requires balance, self-reflection, and commitment to making our well-being a priority. I really would like to know if our listeners have been aware of these dimensions of health and how they can affect or improve our general well-being. We really would love to hear your thoughts. So if there is any experience, any thought that you would like to share, please come on our Instagram account or on our YouTube channel to share it with us and with the others, because I think it's very nourishing and very helpful when communities sharing their thoughts, because we can get different experiences, we can get different thoughts, we can get different ideas that can help us look at things and improve in general. I really hope you find this discussion enlightening and that it sparks a positive change in your life. If you feel so, I would really encourage you to please share this episode today with someone you dearly care about. As always, just take care of yourself and stay tuned for our next episode. I don't know how you feel about it, Marta, but I really enjoyed today's conversation.
Yes, I really did. Yeah, I love it. I think we share a lot of really good information, and we would love to share a lot more next week.
Yes, stay tuned for next week.
Okay, have a lovely week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And that's a wrap for another empowering episode of In Harmony with Vitality, where we encourage you to empower your journey, embrace your vitality, and unleash the potential within.
If you have any questions, topics you would like to cover, or if you want to share your own journey, feel free to connect with us on social media. We love hearing from our community. You can find all links in the show notes.
Remember, this podcast is all about embracing your uniqueness and making choices that align with your inner wisdom. Your journey to a healthier and happier life is yours to shape.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. And if you love what you heard, leave us a review. Your feedback means the world to us, and it helps others discover the podcast.
As we sign off, always remember, life is an incredible journey and you hold the power to make it extraordinary. Tune in next time as we continue our quest for harmony and vitality.
Until then, take good care of yourself, honor your uniqueness, and stay in harmony with vitality.